Hey everyone. Welcome to a supplemental episode in the tournament finals. Last time we had a lot of messages from Pangaea being played by Sai. And he said, even though Uruk has evacuated to go deal damage to Zabalba, basically giving him the Uruk lands for free, he said there wasn't really much that Uruk could have done. Because essentially Uruk had a scales build with a imprisoned Titan that would wake up.
Right. And this is supplement to turn 32, I believe.
Right. Yeah, it's about turn 32. And so I, got to talking about it and was saying, I think there's stuff Uruk can do. And, there's stuff I was looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, and we talked offline after we finished the episode. And then you went away and built this test.
Right. And I've got Marilyn with me. I didn't say welcome.
Yeah, I'm here.
Here.
So
probably surprise somebody, but
yeah. The first thing I'd like to see is show the two pretenders that you've built.
Okay. I don't know if this pretender's actually awake yet. Sai took an imprisoned rainbow. And the bless, I don't know if I got it exactly right, but I think it's attack 2, magic weapon, shock resistance. I probably got this part a little wrong. Poison resistance, fire.
It looks right.
The important things really for this are the melee stats, since there's not really any. There's not anything non-melee related really that's been happening in Uruk. I mean, there's. If there was a big Soul Slay communion, then it would be a bigger deal if he had MR, which I don't think he does. But the important things here are larger blood surge and defense. And I put attack on, which may not... I don't think Sai had attack, but anyway, I put it on for the benefit of the doubt.
It just reminded me, I'm going to add to our notes for the tournament finals. When we get a bless, I'm going to write it down now. Because we keep going back to this, and I should have written these down in the notes ages ago.
Yeah, and I didn't script this perfectly. We'll script it a little better. We'll do Strength of Giants on these guys.
Okay.
They're going to be running out of here like so fast. They're not going to... And Sai has not been doing hold and attack because with Uruk, a point buffing nation, who's probably going to be bringing more mages than you do, you probably don't want to do hold and attack because the longer it takes to the point fight to start, the more buffs they're going to have. But
yeah, he's been doing pretty minimal mage support so far. Right. I mean, Sai and Pangaea.
Yeah,
in the tournament, and that could very much change at any point in time. But he did make that comment, I believe, that he's finding his research behind the 8-ball, anyways.
Right.
So
didn't want to commit a ton of mages
if he doesn't have to, and so far he doesn't.
And he's got a big blood economy and stuff going too. So the formation basically is just this: I've got a bunch of these idiots up in front, these centaur, with a small box to reinforce the middle. They're on an attack rear immediately. I've got Strength of Giants coming out. It may hit the Maenads. When I ran this before, it didn't have that, so we'll see.
Are you bringing the Maenads along?
Yeah. They'll just be clutter and HP to keep these guys from getting too surrounded.
And siege chaff later. Because he wasn't running that in the last episode. He was running just the white centers with very little behind it. He had a couple little squads of... There's a few crossbows or something.
Yeah, we could take it out. I'm pretty sure putting them in helps Pangaea in this case, because it would be bad if the Maenads were in front, but the White Centaur are going to make contact way before the Maenads do.
I think bringing them along doesn't seriously hurt things.
For Uruk's side, the research that I'm assuming you could get by turn 30 is Conjuration 3, Alteration 6, which is a little high. You could do it also with Alt 5, but Alt 6 you get Battle Fortune, which almost never gets used, but it's a really good spell. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is Thom 5, and Enchantment 3. So those
we saw him casting Soul Slay, so we know he has Thaumaturgy 5.
And I think we might have seen Wooden Warriors too. I think he's at Alt 5, so I think he already has this research. He might be able to have Alt 6.
We saw Wooden Warriors.
The
is this pretender out?
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
using
Oh,
him though.
there it is. That's the
Yeah,
one we saw got killed.
yeah,
Right. Okay. So you built that. We knew exactly what that one was.
right. Now, when you're playing Uruk, and I have never played them in multiplayer, but I've started to get a good bit more experience with point buffing nations.
Hmm.
In the early game, you do a lot of this point buffing stuff, which is one area of effect, which kind of sucks because Iron Warriors, they take up, you only have 2 per tile.
Right.
But, you know, that can still get you a pretty long way, but you have to bring a lot of mages. Once you start getting to this timing I'm talking about, which is this mid-game timing, you can start doing Battle Fortune, which isn't great. You'd much rather do Will of Fates, which is the, you know, it applies luck.
Yeah, but it's much higher research.
Right. But you can get this out for an all-in situation. You load some pearls up. It's not that many. We've put about 20 pearls. It's going to get a lot of the Battle Fortune done.
Can I make a script suggestion?
Sure.
On your communion slaves, why not have them cast one body ethereal and then slave?
The reason is because I need to get these Battle Fortunes out really fast. And I can really only do that, I think.
You did. Yeah, that works if you've got extra slaves.
Yeah.
Because then you need for the path boost. Because the order this goes is semi-random, which magi go first. But generally, if you have double the slaves you need for the bare bones path boost before they start casting bigger stuff, if you had double those slaves, like you could have enough slaves would have gone slave to do the job. But
think for this one, I need to be astral. I think it might use more gems and stuff if I'm a lower thing. We don't have a ton of slaves here. I didn't want to bring the whole world. Uruk could easily have more mages than this by this time. I think by this time Uruk could have 2 of these stacks.
Yeah, see, and how many slaves you running? 8 for a +3 plus.
We're running
boost.
2, 4.
Looked like 8.
Wait, is that right? 4.
I see 4, and I saw some up above.
5. So I've only 5. It's actually a really hot communion. I don't think I lost when I did the test game. I didn't lose a ton.
Then you don't have enough slaves to fiddle.
Yeah.
If you only have the basic 4, you need the 4 to get the Light of the Northern Star up cost effectively.
Oh, I actually do have. Yeah, I do have that 4 up too. So this also is higher. What is this? Conjuration
3.
4 at
Conjuration
least.
5.
5, yeah.
Conjuration 5. But we are very confident he has Conjuration 5.
Yeah. So,
I am.
Oh, right, because he has Hal too, which I didn't put up, but Hal would be nice for both sides here. So the idea basically is pretty simple. There's a few things we're going to be doing as Uruk. One is we're going to be spamming out Battle Fortune. That's going to take pearls. We're doing a few things like wooden. So we have these guys come in a few randoms. You have I believe, an Earth random, a Water random, and a Nature random. The Water randoms are going to drop Wave Warriors.
Right.
This guy's an Earth random, and we've put 5 Earth gems on him, and he can do Summon Earth Power and then Strength of Giants.
And then Strength of Giants. Okay.
And then we've got Wooden Warriors on this guy, followed by Swarm. This is not. You could imagine he was a Nature random. He's just some random hero I got. Here's a Nature random that's doing Wooden Warriors. This guy's doing Wooden Warriors and then Swarm. This one of our mages is special. He's doing Communion Master, Wooden Warriors, and then Growing Fury. And Growing Fury
excellent choice.
Super important with these guys because it's going to trigger all these guys to go berserk. They're going to get a bonus attack and damage, and they're not going to run. And when you're fighting White Centaur, not running is very important because if you run, you're as good as dead. Those White Centaur are going to kill you anyway. Yeah,
they're going to chase you down and you're dead.
Yeah.
You won't get off the map in time.
And the White Centaur are going to be berserking. So when the army threshold route thing starts happening, you need your stuff berserk too, or you have to like overwhelmingly crush them.
Yeah, and the bummer of Growing Fury is berserking your magi. But in this case, if he runs, his magi are dead 100%.
Right.
Because they just will never get off the map in time against something fast like a White Centaur.
Yeah.
So you're not losing anything by berserking the magi.
Right. And, some of them are going to go berserk, but whatever.
Well, the odd arrow might get through if he brought a few archers.
You ready to see how it goes?
Yeah. Let's just let it play fairly slow. Okay, so
That's the same scary looking Pangaea army.
yeah, and looks very similar, and it's in the cold.
Yeah, it must be winter. I think I took neutral scales on these guys.
So, he starts chewing away at the outer edge.
So Light of the
Right,
Northern Stars up.
and
Strength
he's
of
wrapped.
Giants.
So nobody would be escaping no matter what. What is that relief just went up?
And that was Growing Fury that went up.
Oh,
You can see how
that's
they're
Growing
all turning
Fury
red.
already. Right,
Yeah.
right. There we go.
My
Okay.
mages aren't turning red. They have to get damage to go berserk.
Yeah.
The way Growing Fury works is if you have the berserker tag, it triggers you to go berserk immediately.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why we did it. Your mages, they get if they take damage, they will go berserk. But these guys immediately they go berserk.
Can you look at one of your communion slaves for a second and see where they're at? So this is about round 4 or so.
Yeah.
So they're
101.
up there, but they're regenning.
Yeah, we've got regen on them too. They haven't even needed it. They're only at 101. So.
Warriors, okay.
Now, if we look at these guys, okay, this guy's just berserk. This guy's Wooden Warriors, Lucky, and Berserk. This guy, Lucky and Berserk, not Wooden Warriors. This guy, Berserk, Lucky, Berserk.
Oh, we got a few bugs. Who threw bugs?
I had Swarm scripted at the end.
Okay, so and some of the Magi are running, or
Yeah, I think they ran and then they got hit.
Okay.
We're gonna lose some Magi here.
Yeah. They broke out of their defensive formation. Breath of the Dragon. Okay, so that's going to cause some attrition. There are not many white centaurs left already. Son of a gun.
Looks like we're actually gonna lose this.
You think Uruk's going to lose?
Maybe.
Oh, here goes the Magi. Yeah. Well, no.
Nope, they won.
They won.
Yeah, it was close. The difference here from when I did it before was I had these guys cast Strength of Giants. But if they don't cast Strength of Giants, these White Centaur aren't nearly as killy. But
Wow.
yeah, I had you saw some of the screenshots I sent you before. What would happen when I would lose like 80 of these dudes,
Okay.
and 4 or 5 mages and stack wipe them. So yeah, I mean and you could do more with this. Like you could bring more mages, but this is kind of like a middle
And
middle game stack.
you haven't put any Masushu in.
Right.
I don't know if it would make it better or worse. The Masushu might actually make some of it worse.
Yeah.
Although you could use them as formation busters and might keep a few more Magi alive. There might be some tweaks to help. I'm not really sure why some of these Magi ran. I guess they must have got a whack enough to trigger it. But
And if he didn't have all these Maneads,
well, he would have run away far earlier.
yeah, because these guys did take soak a lot of hits that otherwise White Centaur would have been taken.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think Scales Uruk is a thing. I think going for too much of a bless is a trap. I think they probably don't need an expander god. You could do it. I think the least greedy thing you could do with Uruk would be a dormant titan.
No, we were just having the debate on is Astral 8 worth it? You were arguing you think this game might go to that point. I was arguing I'm not totally sure. I would have gone Astral 4 or 5 as enough to forge anything you need and eventually get up to the top end if you needed it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But he's got pretty good
chassis.
scales, so
Yeah, but there's other chassis. If you went imprisoned with an Astral Primary Titan, he could have got a cross path in there and added a little bit of something.
yeah.
And still had really good Astral and still had really good scales. And you made a really good argument during the debate or during the discussion during the turn. A little bit of tweak on the scales, like the gross scale may be a little iffy. on in a game like this. Whereas more order.
Well, I mean, I think you need growth in a big game, but I don't know. Maybe luck and magic. Maybe not magic. Luck might be a little greedy, or like these two scales right here are the ones that are the least greedy scales in a in a scales. They're the least greedy scales when you're doing a scales build.
Well, they're the scales that buy you your troops early.
Right. Exactly.
Right. They're the early power scales.
Right.
Whereas swap and order for growth is I'm going to play quiet and calm until mid game, and then the growth will take over on the income from order.
Right.
But order and productivity are what lets you buy the max out your troops, max out your forts early.
Yeah. Let's see if we can make this guy Thug, White Centaur, in Friendly Dominion. That would be a funny little thing we'll do real quick.
I don't think he has a lot of I don't think Uruk has a lot of construction research.
No, he doesn't.
So I guess I'm not really sure. Does that Pretender chassis have anything special for in terms of attributes that sort of help it Thug?
Okay, so you got
to do like a bare bones Astral with the water with a frost brand and knight's armor. And
I mean, you could maybe trade for some stuff. I think Uruk was in a position people wanted him to be strong.
He's also, you've also got to, I would recommend he's got to have some, that if you're going to Thug that Titan, you better put on some anti-magic, because going up against Pam, the possibility of charm spam is there.
Yeah, that's true. But, if they can't charm gods at least.
That's right.
Gods are charm immune, so.
Right. You're right. Yeah, that's pretty basic.
All right, so here, I'm going to send this stack over here real quick. Oh, we got to make somebody a prophet again.
Got a prophet killed?
Let's get a... Well, we'll just bring this guy. Who cares? Okay. And then we'll have Pangaea run on top of the capital.
Okay.
And then we'll have this guy break out and fight. And his script will be... I don't actually think this will work, but it might. I want to see how well it does its job as a mid-game Titan rather than just a late-game Titan.
Yeah.
Oh, he has magic weapons, so Body Ethereal is actually going to do jack all.
Yeah, that's... You want personal luck. Well, it's not the greatest on a big thing, but... I mean, that's the trouble with pure Astral Thugs, is their buff choices are nothing too wonderful.
Yeah.
Nothing too wonderful at all.
Yeah, I actually don't think this is going to work. I think these guys are going to mulch him, but we'll find out. Yeah. Maintain siege, and this guy's just going to do Divine Blessing and then peace out. Okay. But like a small squad, it could probably work.
Can you click on her for a second? I'd just like to see what her attributes are. Whoa, nothing. Yeah, she's got really nothing for a fighting Pretender. Yeah, no, this isn't going to work, I don't think. She's going to get chewed up. And afflicted all to hell. And well, she won.
She probably got afflicted. Nope.
No, she didn't. Okay, well, that's kind of surprising, to be honest. I didn't think this was going to work.
Yeah, I didn't either. And, if she had better armor, this is a I mean, this is not exactly cheap, but this is early. This is Construction 4 kit.
Yeah, that's bare bones kit.
Yeah.
That's definitely bare bones kit. Or nothing fancy there.
I don't know. I kind of dig the build, actually, a little bit.
Okay.
It's not the strongest Titan in the world, and it would be less greedy to have it dormant, but then you'd have worse scales probably. So I don't know.
Well, I'm not adverse to the imprisoned part, because I don't think he needed a Titan because of, the other stuff he had around turn 12 to turn 15 seemed more than adequate for the situation until he came up against these very large white centaur hordes. And you can't make a very large white centaur horde by turn 12. I mean, you just can't, cap only. So, but the one thing I'm a bit curious, could we pop out of this and go to Pretender design for Uruk with the mods. Well, you didn't put all the mods on for the game.
Well, it's not any that impact Pretender design.
Okay.
So
Middle? Yeah.
boy.
There it is. So just take a look at the Titan options. What else do we have with an Astral primary that's Astral Nature? Not bad. Any good Astral minor
Air I
with
don't
air?
really love.
No. Astral Air. Okay.
Air,
Nothing too wonderful. I'm looking for
Astral Earth. Yeah.
Uh,
You and me
if-
both. I don't think
Yeah.
we've got it. Oh, here's one.
Oh, there we go.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So just see if you could build this with Astral 5 or 6 and still get good scales. I'm thinking totally. Like you drop 2 Astral.
Yeah. The thing
you
is,
got-
5 is not really enough to do really cheesy master and slave spam. You
No,
can still
but-
do Nexus and the high stuff, but you can't cheese with.
But go
yeah.
imprisoned. Go imprisoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could skip the Earth Bless.
I think this was
Although
his.
it's
These were his scales.
Yes.
So you could still get
then-
this.
Yeah, or you could drop that and get Astral 6. And actually, what are you going to get with the Air Bless? I'm sort of torn on that one.
I think you do shock.
Oh, okay. Because the other option is drop the Air Bless, go Air 3, so that you could still, when you build your rings, make yourself an air booster. Nice thing about Air Earth, it's also elemental rods.
Right.
So drop that Air one and see what you get.
Oh wait. I'm sorry. Say you want me to get a 3?
Yeah, and just
Oh,
don't
but you
bother
lose
with
the
Air
bless
Bless.
at all. Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Oh no, you still can't quite pay for it. You'd have to drop the scale or 2.
Yeah.
6 is not bad though. We're real close to the same thing with a much better thug chassis.
Well, he had okay. It's not quite. He had. Let's see. Let's recreate his. He had 7,
Yeah,
I believe,
8.
or 8.
8.
8. Okay. And then I think he had. Are you sure it wasn't? Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, 8.
You know, it was 8.
And then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had
And
like
then
1 or 2 better scales. So.
Yeah.
But for having Earth on your god will help a lot in the mid game.
Really nice. It's really nice. The air is iffy. If he had an Astral Earth Pretender chassis, that would be the ultimate, especially starting at Astral 2.
The thing with this god is it gets up so high that it can actually cast master. Like when you load it up with gear, it can not only can it cast Master and Slave, but it can cast it strong enough. Also, it's going to get pinned from the additional paths
Right.
to not knock itself out. So it can actually cast it back to back if you get really, really high and fill it up with gems.
So here's an interesting alternate.
I
say
actually
you
want to
build-
test that real quick.
Sure, but we built this. You build this Pretender, Astral 8, no side pass. This is a prime example where a single Empower in Earth 1
Oh yeah,
would make a huge difference.
absolutely.
I mean, what a thug it would be then. And it can make Astral Earth forgings with a set of boots.
Yeah.
So,
I'll show you the kit for Master and Slave too while we're at it.
sure, yeah. Well, I've
sure
done
you
it
know,
before.
but
Yeah,
the
I've done
viewers
Master
may
and
not have
Slave.
seen it. So,
Yeah. Although it's a bit mod dependent.
this is the Master and Slave kit. If you can, well, we'll do this one. Well, we'll do this one.
You
It's
can
a
do
little
Void
better.
Eye? I usually do a Void Eye and a Rune Smasher.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an artifact here.
Oh, okay.
Actually a little bit
For
better.
penetration.
Yeah, the Sleeping Eye's
Yeah.
a little bit better, but
But if you don't have that,
if you don't have that, you do have Void Eye.
yeah. Yeah.
And this is going to be actually Astral 12. And a lot of times, if you're going to be rolling this, you're going to take a Mushushu, and
Sure.
you're going to roll them in with the light of with one of these things.
Yeah, you're going to want a Light of the Northern Star. Absolutely. Get that extra boost. And then no reason not to do a Power of the Spheres. I mean, round 1, Master and Slave's fine. It's
Where is
nice
this
if
guy?
you can, but it's a slow spell, so I'm not really sure that.
Okay, here he is. So this guy can magic phase, which is why you use him. And
Oh
then
yeah, and just bring. Yeah.
whatever. Um, and you can do ritual of returning on him too if you want. But
Hmm. Hmm.
let's get Pangaea here. And bring out all the white centaur. Here's their god.
Bring a great big blob of everything.
And they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're running at you." Like, do we have a guy here? Okay, let's have you move. Oh, we need
Well,
to.
you should bring the Maenads along just for the heck of it, or at least some of them.
Yeah, okay, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, he's generally been bringing some Maenads in his when he brings his centaurs, and it
Okay,
makes sense.
big pile
So now
of
you're gonna
garbage. And
now
then,
you're gonna teleport on top of him.
right, you would do teleport. I'm gonna be lazy, and you just do this. Now we don't have.
Do you think Power of the Spheres is worth it, or just Mastering Slave right
I
off?
gave him
the
a
bat?
shield that does at the beginning of
Oh,
combat.
right. Never mind.
I'm gonna load him up
No.
with 24 gems, which is enough to do max. He's gonna be astral. Oh, he'll be 13. So 26 gems will do it twice.
Right.
And it will actually fill him up. I'll put Vortex of Returning here at the end to make it even more funny. And we'll put you at the back. And then this guy, he's going to do Power of the Spheres. And then we'll do Creeping Doom.
Sure, just some stuff, some crap in the way.
Yeah.
All right.
It's possible the White Centaur's closed before it casts.
Jesus. Oh, there it goes. Did you turn on the colors?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are not green. Those are brown.
Yeah. It's too bad the colors are so close.
That's why.
Good God.
That's why you do it.
Good God.
That's why they pay us the big bucks.
Good God.
So
That's obscene.
You can see there's a reason for this.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
And I've never seen penetration like that with.
Yeah.
I've never had the opportunity to pull something like this off. I haven't played. It's been a long time since I ran a Astral 8 or Astral 9 Pretender on purpose.
Yeah.
I had a Relay game, but I was trying to use that national, the fungus, but it doesn't have enough item slots.
Yeah. The
I mean, you want something full slot, really.
Yeah, you do.
There's some excellent ones. There's some excellent ones for the Monkey Nations and some generic Titans and stuff. But
the thing is, so it's an Astral 8 spell. Because we immediately go up to 13, every 2 paths you're going to get a bonus pin. So
yeah,
it's going to be 10 and then 12 and then 13 it rounds up. So we get 3 bonus pins just from paths.
plus 4 for items.
And then the items we get 2, 4, 5. Yeah, we get 5 from items. So we're looking at
plus 8 penetration.
Yeah. That's a lot. That means they're effectively going to be now. Pangaea would probably have, anti-magic scripted and stuff.
By this point in time in the game, you would expect him to have a chance for anti-magic.
But they're going to be 6 MR here rolling against 8, so it should get more than half. Probably like 60% the first round.
Well, remember, it's a magic resistance negates easy.
Right. That was why I said 8.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Right. Oh yeah, you're dropping the check roll from 12 to 8.
Yeah.
That's where wow. Holy crap.
That looks like a little bit more than 60%. If I just had to say.
Yeah, that's a spectacular amount of enslavement.
That's probably one of the coolest enslaves I've ever seen, actually.
Yeah. I've never seen that many. I'm used to 25%, maybe 30. And cool.
All right.
Well, this has been very interesting. I think, we've refuted some of my arguments and some of Sai's arguments, and sadly, I don't think Uruk's going to stay in the game long enough for this to matter.
No.
At least that's my prediction.
It's a shame.
I'm not going to talk about things I heard via the grapevine that are ahead of where we're at. So we'll stick with what we know as of turn 32.
Yeah. It's too bad. I was, that fight we watched at the beginning, it was a lot closer than when I had done it before. So,
Sure, and we could mix around and fiddle
yeah.
with it, but I think you've demonstrated your hypothesis
Yeah.
is that Uruk right now, with what he has for Magi and for troops and for research, does have a counter to White Centaurs.
Right. And
If he
the one variable which I did not take into account in that was Pangaea had been planning on putting up foul vapors, and Uruk
Right.
doesn't have resistances, but they have nature mages and they have enchant. Now, what I did not have, I didn't say I had research was enchantment 5, but you would need enchantment 4 at least for poison ward if you're worried
Right.
about foul vapors, and it would be more mage commitment, but it is 100% something Uruk can do and cover all their Iron Warriors with poison ward. So,
cool. Okay,
all right,
how long have we been? What's our
we're
20
at
minutes?
30 minutes.
Oh, that took longer than I thought. So probably good to call it there. I think 30-minute as a supplemental is enough.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for doing this with me, Maryland.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Thank you all for watching.
Thanks, guys.